Hi, my name is Kate, and I'm going to be talking to you today about what you should do if you have a problem at partnership. I would love to say problems never happen, but they do. We all know they do, so let's just deal with it, okay? So right now we're in my house, so we're just going to have a quiet little conversation about this. There are several different ways you can handle things at partnership that come up. If you're talking about a class problem, as far as in-class discipline, we kind of like to follow a three strikes policy, if that makes sense to you. What that basically means is that the first time something's happening, try to redirect the child. And that looks different for a preschooler than it does for a ninth grader, okay? So I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do because each one of you has your own kind of way of working with kids, and I don't want to micromanage that. So first thing you should do is try redirecting. The second time it happens, just stop and give a verbal warning, and just be really direct. Don't beat around the bush. Just say, hey, Noah, you need to stop what you're doing right now. This is not okay, and move on from there. If it continues to happen, then have a discussion with the parent. This is where communication is key. Any time that we have had problems at partnership, it is because people have gone, oh no, I don't want to cause an issue, so I'm just not going to talk about it. Please talk about it. Talk about it right away when something's going on, because it's a terrible feeling as a parent to know your child has been causing a problem in class for weeks and you didn't know. So if it was your kid, would you want to know? And so give that parent the courtesy of just going to them and just saying, hey, I'm struggling with this. Do you have any suggestions? What should I do? How do you deal with this at home? Type of thing. If that doesn't work, if talking with the parents isn't working, and maybe you guys are not able to come to an agreement or something's not working right, then come and get a leadership team member. We're happy to help mediate that and help you guys work through that situation. We have very rarely had it go to that level because if people are good at communicating, we can work things out right away. And sometimes it's simply a matter of a miscommunication. So I just want to encourage you to always give the kids the benefit of the doubt as well as the parents the benefit of the doubt, that nobody's out trying to be a troublemaker, that maybe there's just a misunderstanding going on. Maybe Noah truly doesn't understand that he shouldn't stomp on that toy, and or things like that, But we are not trying to be a school. And I just want to reiterate that very clearly. Partnership is not a school. We are a group of parents that want to help each other get through this homeschooling journey together by providing classes for each other. We are a team, and this group only works if we operate as a team. And so it's really important that we understand that the parent is the final authority in our classes. So yes, every classroom has the right to set up all of the parameters of this is what's expected and this is what we're going to do for homework. But if a child brings that homework home and a parent says, you're supposed to do 5 workbook pages for this week, but I have this other thing at home I really wanted to do with you. I'm going to have you do 3 workbook pages and we're going to do this other thing too. Go with the parent. That's fine. Don't detriment the child for not doing that. And communicate with the teacher as well, parent. If that's your plan, just send them a quick note and say, hey, I had an extra project this week planned, so I'm only having Johnny do pages 1 through 3 of the workbook. Absolutely fine. But again, that communication is key. And we really want to make sure that we're giving that respect both ways, both parents to teacher and teacher to parent. I'm going to say it again, go to the parents first and right away if there's a problem. If you have a behavior problem in class, go to the parent right away. I'd encourage you to come with a very humble spirit and not go in on an attack phase, because it will probably be received better if you're going in very like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute, rather than going in shaking your finger and accusing. That's probably not going to go so well. So if you're having behavior issues, go talk to the parent. If you have missed assignments, go talk to the parent. Don't let that go, because chances are parent doesn't know those assignments are missing and would be very interested to know. One of the great things that we have the ability to do at partnership with these classes is to give our children another level of authority that they are responsible to. And take that seriously, because when they go to college, nobody's going to hold their hand. And so it is good for us to say, you need to turn this in on Thursday. And when they don't turn it in, to have there be follow-through. If there's no follow-through, they're not going to feel real obligated to turn their homework in on time. But if you're going to the parent and saying, hey, Mrs. Walker, I didn't get any homework from Johnny this week, and she might go, really? Johnny told me he turned all that in, and he has a sleepover to go to tonight. Isn't that interesting? I think he won't be going. And I'm not saying how the situation's going to go, but I have seen these situations multiple times, and it's really important that we talk to the parents right away if there's missed homework, because they may not know. Also, there might be some confusion. If you're missing an assignment, the student really might be confused about what you're expecting, or the parent might be confused about what you're expecting to be turned in. And this can happen a lot during the beginning of the year, where everybody's kind of trying to figure out, how does this work, and how is this class going to work, and how is this teacher going to work, and what do I have to do again? And so there can be some confusion. So have some grace, have some mercy in your heart for this, and talk about it. Let them know, hey, I'm missing this one question that you were supposed to write out. Oh, shoot, I thought that was due next week. I'm so sorry. Can I email that to you? Can I have them email that to you right now? And feel free to work with the parent on what they think the standard should be. If they truly missed it, it's up to you, I guess, whether you want to dock points for it being late between the two of you, or maybe you want to show grace and mercy. I don't know. Sometimes you have to figure out whether this is a game that they're playing, or whether it's just a mistake, and react accordingly to that. But talk with the parents. I'm going to just say this again, try to work out a solution, teacher to parent or parent to teacher, before you come to a leadership team member. If we talk to you, we're happy to talk through a situation with you, but I will tell you 90% of the time, the first thing we're going to ask you is, have you talked to the parent about this? Or have you talked to the teacher about this? And if the answer is no, then we're going to ask you to go do that. And that's just really important. If you need some help with that, we're happy to help you word it a certain way, but we're all adults and we can do this. So just go ahead and chat with the other person. And please settle things quickly. The only times we as a group have had problems is when people didn't talk to the right person about it, and they let it fester, and they talked about it with their friends, but never with the actual person who caused the issue. So if it's not a classroom issue, if it's some other person in partnership is rubbing you the wrong way, or they said this about me, or what have you, ladies, we have a whole bunch of students that are watching us, okay? They are learning from us how to handle conflict, and it does not reflect well on the body of Christ when we nitpick and hurt each other and talk badly about each other behind each other's backs. So it's important, because these students do know what's happening. They can sense what's happening. And so it's important that when there's an issue between you and somebody else, even if they don't know it, that you guys talk it out and work it out quickly. It could be a misunderstanding, but if you let it fester, then Satan works in that and he causes destruction, and we don't want that to happen. We like having a unified group of wonderful ladies who can trust and love each other and support each other through this homeschooling journey. So we're willing to do the hard things to make that happen. So I hope that gave you a few ideas for what to do if you have an issue. Feel free to watch this video again when an issue comes up for you. That's why we have it out there, so that you don't have to remember this information all the time. But we hope that you will find the tools that are going to work for you in conflict resolution in your class.